Hey y'all, I'm in the kitchen again and I'm getting ready to make a coconut curry red lentil peas for dinner tonight. I think I'm going to put that with this, which is some black wild rice. Alright, here we go. So in order to make this recipe, first you're going to need some, of course, red lentil peas. I have some ground thyme right here. I have some cumin. I have some curry powder, coconut milk. This is my special good up seasoning that I blended up. Caribbean people love to blend up a seasoning and it saves you a whole lot of time. This is just garlic and onions, fresh thyme. Everything is fresh in here. I'll show you how to make that another time. And I have a little bit of sea salt right here. Okay, let's get started. First, of course, you want to turn your stove on. I'm going to start at a 3. Now, let's do a 4. All right. I have a smaller size pot because I have a small family. And you guys, I am not good with giving you the exact amounts for ingredients. So bear with me. I'll try to learn that skill. But, you know, growing up with grandma, she didn't really measure anything unless she was baking. So I'm going to try. All right. First, you want to add a little bit of oil to your pot. I'm going to be using some Sprouts California extra virgin olive oil. Just go ahead and add some of that to your pot. That should be good. If I have to estimate, I would say that's about two spoonfuls. All right, 2 tablespoons. Okay. So the pot should be nice and hot by now. I'm seeing it smoking a little bit. Let me turn it down. All right, then we're going to add the seasoning that I made, my good up seasoning. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that. Just add it to your pot. Okay. I mean, this is really all you need when it comes to seasoning this or any other meal, really. Because this has everything. All the seasonings you need is in this one jar. Again, it's onions and garlic and thyme, celery, the celery leaves. I think it has one more ingredient, but again, I am going to show you guys in another video. Okay, so let that go ahead and just kind of cook down a little bit. Next, I'm going to be adding in the different spices like the curry and the thyme and the cumin. So let's do that. I'm going to use 3 different spoons so I don't cross-contaminate each of my seasonings and change the flavor of them. So I'll start with the curry. And this is just a teaspoon right here. And that's all I'm going to use for this size pot. Okay. Next, I'm going to put a teaspoon. This is a tablespoon, but I'm just going to put a little, well, cumin is very, just a little bit, okay, not too much, because all of these has really strong flavors. Oops, almost cross-contaminated. All right, then we want a little bit of thyme. Now, thyme is another strong seasoning, so you don't want too much of that, and I already have some in my good up seasoning. All right, so now you want to stir it around and stir it around. So I just added a couple of pieces of butter to my curry and the seasoning. When it comes to curry, you really got to make sure you cook it. You don't want to burn it, so keep your stove maybe about a 3. But you have to cook your curry for a good maybe, 3-4 minutes. Because if you just go ahead and add the water to the curry and the curry is not cooked, it's going to taste kind of bitter. It's going to have a bitter flavor. So you want to give that curry a good cooking. All right. So I got my butter in here with my curry and my good up seasoning. Now, when it comes to the seasoning, if you don't have it already, like I have it jarred and ready to go, that just saves me a whole lot of time. You can go ahead and cut up some onions and garlic. If you have some time, add that in there. I mean, use whatever you have. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is add the coconut milk. Now this is what the coconut milk looks like. It's in the can, and even though it looks like that, it's fine. Okay, it just settled. Okay, the coconut kind of separated from the water. All right, so just gonna go ahead and pour some in the pot. Okay, I know it's a little crazy, but it's fine. Give it a good stir. Add some water. Then add you a couple of pinches of salt. All right. Now I suggest you put as little bit of salt as possible in the beginning of your ingredients so that you don't over salt, and then you could always taste it at the end, and if you need to come in and put a little bit more salt, then do that, but try not to over season in the beginning. So right, so after adding the coconut milk, give it a good stir and let it come to a boil. So go ahead and close up your pot, and once it comes to a boil, we'll be adding our lentil peas, our red lentil peas. So now that our pot is boiling, we're going to go ahead and add our red lentil pea soup to it. Now this is about a third. This is a third cup actually. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 of those. All right. That should be enough. Then you go ahead and cover it back. And you don't want to have your stove too high, so I'm going to bring that down to about a 2.5. Keep it covered for about 20 minutes. Then we'll check it and see how soft it is and where we at. Alright, so after 20 minutes, let's take a look at what we got. Now, if you notice the consistency of it, it has a little bit of juice sauce still, which is really good, and it's actually cooked already, but not too much where it's like a paste, which is fine with me also. By having a little bit of looseness to it and a little bit of sauce, it leaves room for reheating, so you can leave it right here and just put it over your rice or your potatoes or whatever it is you're gonna be putting it with or eating it with, and yeah. Okay, I'll show you the end results after I plate it so you can see what we got. Oh, it smells so good. You guys should smell this. Alright, you guys, so I have just finished the beans. I've already plated some of my sides. I have the wild brown rice. I got some broccoli on there, purple Asian sweet potato, and some roasted carrots. So now I'm going to add the lentil peas. And this is what it looks like. So you're just going to pour it over your rice. Alright. And there you have it. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.